Dixon's Drama Journal. So in English and literature, I've been having to study Arthur Miller, and it's actually been really interesting. We're just at the moment, well, I just finished doing this homework, which is to like read through it and highlight key points of this article that he wrote on February 27th, 1949, called "Tragedy in the Common Man," and I just like to read a little bit because this part I found specifically interesting. He said, "In this age, few tragedies are written. It has often been held that the lack is due to paucity of heroes among us, or else that the modern man has had the blood drawn out of his organs of belief by the skepticism of science, and the heroic act of life cannot feed on an attitude of reserve and circumspection." For one reason or another, we are often held to be below tragedy, or tragedy above us. The inevitable conclusion is, of course, that tragic mode is archaic, fit for only the very highly placed, the kings or the kingly, and where this admission is not made in so many words, it is more often implied. I don't know, I just thought that that was really interesting because he's saying that in the olden days, in 1949, that like tragedies weren't really written about because a tragedy was seen to be really, really bad and really seen, and obviously only the high people committed suicide and such, and the other people would not be talked about committing suicide because it was kind of like a big deal. And I think that it's strangely changed a lot, and I know that I work with Youthline, so I work for Youthline, which is in giving advice to younger people, and I know that I get a lot of suicide callers, and so for me it was just sort of interesting that the tides have changed so much, and nowadays suicide is kind of talked of more freely and more accepting in a way than it used to be, which is quite bad. But then I suppose it's also good because there's more help out there for everyone. But I was just kind of thinking that I find it really fascinating that there's been such a turnaround in how this has been the case, and I was thinking that maybe I'd like to kind of dive into some like tragic um, event or something in my IPP. I think it's called IP. The scene that I do myself. Because yeah, I don't know, I just think it's very interesting how what was thought of to be so scary in the olden days and so highly respected is kind of more known in today's society, and a lot of younger people, a lot of people of different classes, considering these tragedies and such. So that would be kind of interesting.